Hey, so I am going to read to you The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. So this is different than the other ones that we've read before. I'm kind of excited. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fuzzy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, Mother called to the three little wolves around her and said, "My children, it's time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves, but beware of the big, bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother. We'll watch out for him." And the three little wolves set off. Look at that. It's a little different than our other books, hey? Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo. And she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. Nice. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little wolves had built. The three little wolves were playing croquet in the garden, and they saw the big bad pig coming. So they ran inside the house and they locked the door. Whoa. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house wouldn't fall down. That kind of sounds like our other stories, right? But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went in and he fetched his sledgehammer and he knocked the house down. The three little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed. My goodness, look, they're running out of the house there. "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said. Just then a beaver was mixing some concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets of messy, slurry concrete. The three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. My goodness. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing battle-sore and shuttlecock in the front garden when they saw the big bad pig coming, and they ran inside their house and shut the door. It sounds like they were scared. The pig rang the bell. "Frightened little wolves, let me in." "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "Not by the hair on our chins. We will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house wouldn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called the big bad for nothing. So he went and fetched his drill and smashed the house down. The three little wolves managed to escape. By the hairs on their chin were trembling and trembling and trembling. Uh-oh. They're getting scared. "We shall have to build an even stronger house," they said, and they were very determined. Just then, they saw a lorry coming down the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. Wow! "Will you please give us some of your barbed wire, iron bars, and armored plates, and a few heavy metal padlocks?" They asked the rhinoceros who was driving the lorry. "Sure," said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armored plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was kind and generous-hearted. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house anyone could ever possibly imagine, and they felt very relaxed and absolutely safe. Oh, I'm glad they're finally safe. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad wolf coming, they ran inside their house, bolted the door, locked all of the 67 padlocks. The pig pressed into the video entrance phone and said, "Frightened little wolves with your trembling chins, come let me in." "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "By the hair on our chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. He huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, he laid it against the house, he lit the fuse, and uh-oh, I wonder. He blew up the house. The little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. Wow. Something must be wrong with our building materials, they said. We'll have to try something different. But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo bird pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. Please, will you give us some of your flowers? Said the little wolves. With pleasure, said the flamingo bird, and she gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. Do you guys think that's going to work? I don't know. I think maybe they need a stronger house. One of the walls was made of marigolds, one of the walls was made of daffodils, one of the walls was made of pink roses, and one of the walls was made with cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made with sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in the bathtubs and buttercups in the fridge. It was a rather fragile house, but it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the little wolves had built. He rang the blue bell and said, "Frightened little wolves with the trembling chins and the scorched tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the leaves in our teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. I think he could do it, right? Do you guys? He took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, but he smelled some soft scents of flowers. It was fantastic, and because the scent took his breath away, the pig took another big breath in, and then another, and instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scents. His heart became tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. In other words, he became a good pig. He started to sing and dance the tarantella. Oh, that sounds so cool. At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried, thinking that this might be a trick. But soon they realized the pig had truly changed, and they came running out of their house. They introduced themselves, and they played games with him. First they played pig pog, and then piggy in the middle, and then they were all tired. When they were all tired, they invited him back into the house. They offered him china tea and strawberries and wolfberries. They asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted, and the pig accepted. And they all lived happily ever after together. That's so cool. I like that book. Did you guys like that one? It's very different than our other Three Little Pigs books. Neat-o. Come back tomorrow and you're going to see one more of my pig books. Bye.